Hello, my name is Monkmonk and this is my new player guide for Lineage W. Whether you played Lineage 1 and 2, or you're trying this series for the first time, these videos should provide all the information you need to get comfortable with the game's systems, and to help you reach the core gameplay loop that makes the Lineage series so addictive.
Come here, bitch! Die! He can't hit me. None of y'all can hit me, bitch! Ah, I'm getting eaten alive! Fuck!
In this video, we'll cover selecting a server to start on and choosing which class to play. Currently, there are 3 categories of servers to play on. The old servers Departu through Atum, the original server set, and the middle servers Aren through Valicus, a smaller server set with additional incentives. Both of these have the old progression system where card packs and paid gear can only be purchased with diamonds. And new server, a 2-server set Adena Alfonso, cards and paid gear can be purchased with Adena, which speeds up the progression immensely. I recommend playing on these servers if you're a new player. Each of these worlds has a set of 12 servers, and server location is based on the number. 1 through 6 is Korea, 7 and 8 is Taiwan, 9 and 10 is Hong Kong, and 11 and 12 is Singapore. Additionally, the game has combined world and arena servers located in Singapore. I recommend using a program like Exit Lag to route your traffic through these locations to reduce latency issues. Once you selected your server, you can now choose your class. Classes in Lineage function similarly to classes in Diablo, with their own unique spells and equipment, but there is also a baseline level equipment and spells that are usable by multiple classes. The easiest way to approach choosing a class is to break them down into 2 categories: melee classes and range classes. All of the melee classes have a similar range of abilities, but also a few unique to their specific class. They all have some type of stun debuff spell, a damage boost and attack spell, various stat increasing passives, and a spell that nullifies or reflects incoming damage. These abilities differ between classes in their rarity as well as their specific mechanics, so instead I'll be focusing on describing how these classes function. The Knight is the most basic melee class. They have the best defensive options, an early game lifesteal ability, an early game stun ability, and multiple late game stun options. They are used to run straight into any PvE or PvP fight and deal consistent damage to targets. I recommend this class to new players who want to play a melee class. Dark Elf boasts high burst damage potential and invisibility, which allows them to hunt down priority targets in PvP, but a lack of defensive abilities outside of evasion and late game lifesteal make them a challenge to play overall. Nevertheless, their excellent offensive capabilities allow them to hunt monsters, bosses, and players with efficiency. Sura is a class with a unique soul shield mechanic that blocks incoming damage and can also be used to self-heal. They also have a basic attack that applies a stacking debuff that also deals damage over time and an early game AoE attack. I consider this the best class for PvE players since most of their PvP abilities are only unlocked in the late game. A warrior is a more offense-based knight, trading defense for better attack speed and higher damage. They have an ability that increases their stats based on lower health and multiple late-game stun options that make them a huge threat in PvP. Their self-healing ability and AoE attack spell also make them a great hunting partner in PvE. Mana Striker is a unique melee class that is based on the magic damage and accuracy stats. They have the longest melee range of any class and their spells are more varied. Their main bread and butter is a dash attack and AoE attack spell, and a powerful self-healing ability. They are also able to debuff targets to turn them undead, drastically increasing incoming damage and inverting healing magic to deal damage. Royal is a very unique melee class as they are also the class that creates and manages blood pledges and alliances. That is a larger topic to be covered in another video, but in terms of how the character plays, they are a weaker version of a knight with team buff spells. Now I know that was a lot to cover in terms of melee classes, but luckily there are only currently 3 range classes in the game. Elf is my recommended range class because they have access to healing magic and can wear better armor than Mage and Gunslinger. This means you can take more damage overall and use heals if your potions aren't enough to keep you or your team alive. The only downside to this class is you'll be spreading out your character's growth more than other classes due to the elf's versatile nature. Gunslinger is my second recommendation because they are a pure offense class and have the easiest path to doing high amounts of range damage. They have the same basic attack as a bow elf, but also magic damage based procs and burst spells. Most abilities are offensive and either do damage, debuff the enemy, or increase your attack stats. The main drawback to this class is its low defense and lack of healing abilities, which means you're gonna die very easily starting out. I'll cover Mage in a later video, but briefly it needs the most growth of any class to have good offensive capabilities, and is mostly useful for their support and healing magic early on. However, they boast the most powerful abilities at the endgame. That's all we'll cover for today. Thank you for watching and good luck on your journey. Stay tuned for more information.